Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Tony, and in this video I'm going to do an unboxing video of this Husqvarna 150BT leaf blower. It's a backpack leaf blower. I needed a new one. I'm sick of borrowing everybody else's. So I'm going to do an unboxing video along with an assembly and what to expect when you take this one out of your box. So before I begin, remember, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get all the latest and greatest videos that we upload on a weekly basis. Alright, so let's get this box open and we'll see what we have inside. So once you have the box open, this is how it's packaged. And actually this was in one of the tubes, came flying out at me. It's some 50-to-1 two-cycle oil. And here's another tube. I'm gonna open up the box, flaps over like that. And it looks like we can just pull the leaf blower out. So this is how everything else looks inside the box. Here are some directions and some hardware for it. So we're going to read these and get it all put together. And here is the leaf blower. There's a couple more tubes. Alright, so let's get this all into place and we'll start assembling this so you can see what's needed to assemble it. Alright, so let's open up this bag of hardware and we will see what needs to be done. So when you open up Husqvarna's guide, there are all kinds of safety instructions as well as assembly instructions that we'll go over in the video, and it'll show you how to connect the tubes and how to get up and running with your new Husqvarna leaf blower. Okay, so the first thing you're going to connect according to the instructions is this flexible pipe, and there are a couple of clamps that go on it. So there's two clamps. There's this big one that obviously goes on the big end and the smaller one that goes on the smaller end, and they also include this tool, like a star bit at the bottom. So those fit into the clamp nuts right here with the bolts, and you just turn them and they'll tighten up the clamps. So let's get these put on and I'll show you how it goes together. Now it does say in the instructions that if you want, this is pretty rubbery, this flexible tube, so you can put like a little bit of a lubricant inside to slide it on easier. I just tried it real quick and it didn't seem too bad, so I'm not going to try putting anything on it, but my suggestion would to be to use like some soap and water. The reason why is that soap and water dries out, whereas if you use like any kind of a grease or anything, you don't want to do that because it'll make it slippery and it won't dry out. Alright, so let's slip this together and I'll show you how it goes. So you want to put this on and make sure you have this screw facing the correct way so you can easily tighten it. Alright, so I have one end on, and let's tighten up this clamp. And just make sure that this pipe is bottomed out on this ridge right here. So if you end up putting this on dry like I did, it's going to take a little bit of effort. So my suggestion would be to use a little bit of soap and water or something. You're probably not going to need much, but it definitely will help to get the flexo seated properly. Let's get this screwed on. So this is all you need to do. And speed this up and go on to the next part. Now when you tighten these down, you want to tighten them down so they're snug. You don't want to over tighten them because you don't want to break the clamp right here. Okay, so the next pipe you're going to want to put on is the control pipe. Now in this kit there are two pipes that are pretty similar. You're going to want to pick the pipe without the nub on the end or without the screw in. So this would be the control pipe. It has a little slip end on it. So this end is going to slip into the Rebel Flex piece, and if you want, you can put a little bit of water and soap on this as well. Just a little bit, not a lot, because you don't want it to be too slippery, but just enough to get it into that flex hose. Alright, so I'm going to practice what I preach over here, and I mixed up some a little bit of Dawn and some water, just like a little daub of it. You don't want a lot of, like I said, you don't want a lot of liquid soap in there because it'll be way too slippery and the pipe might fly out. So let's get this all put together. Alright, so let's get going. Enough talking. Put a little bit of soap on this. Slide it on in. Okay, so we have the control pipe seated in, and once again, make sure that it's seated against this ridge. You know, every now and then I see someone complaining online that maybe one of the pipes blew off. Well, it could not have been seated right when you installed it, and just make sure these clamps are tightened right. I'm going to put this other one on right now. Alright, so next you're going to fasten the throttle controller to the tube. So make sure this is lined up. And you're going to want to make sure it's in a position that's comfortable for you, so you can adjust it back and forth a little bit. And then they supply a screw to tighten it up with. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place this little holder clamp in place. It goes over the flex tube, and the loom for the wiring control goes right through here. You want to make sure that it's not kinked at all. So all you need to do is slip this right in and put it in the spot on the tube that it's not going to kink or anything. You get it lined up with the flex lines. And make sure that, you know, like I said, it's not kinked and that the line is straight to the pack in the back. Okay, so you'll have 3 pipes left. This is like an intermediate pipe coming off of the throttle control, so we'll put that on. And this one's kind of tapered a little more. This is the end, the blower pipe. Let's put these on. Make sure there's notches in here, so you're going to want to line up the dimples on the control, the holes, and then slide it into place and twist. You know, we want to make sure that they're seated good. Now here is the end piece. If you need a more concentrated flow or a higher wind flow, you can use this piece as well as an end piece, and it'll concentrate the wind on a certain area. So maybe you don't want, like, you want to get around like certain corners of your house or something like that, or go through some bushes, and you don't need this big huge wind pipe, but you want to concentrate it more so it doesn't blow into a neighbor's yard. You can put this end on. So let's slip this end on real quick, and I'll show you how it goes on. Slide it so it hits the end right there. And that's all you do is turn it. You want to make sure those dimples are down into the channel, like right around there. Right. So I hope you enjoyed the video. That's basically it of the unboxing and the assembly of the Husqvarna 150BT leaf blower. Husqvarna makes really good products, so I picked this one up to try it out, and I hope you liked the video.